killing machines, like the tank, changed the shape of the war overnight. Luckily, they were mostly on our side. Mostly.
Oh, what's going on, guys? My name is Bochko and I am back with some more from the series Battlefield 1 Pro Tips, Hints and Tutorials. And today I will talk about a simple process, which is how to customize your ground vehicles and overview. First of all, I want to separate all of them to three different categories: heavy armored, light armored and transport vehicles. Starting as always with the location, where you can find them. You can pick up one from your base if there is an unavailable one. Later on in the game, when your team captures and hold the first and the nearest objective from your base, like for example A on Monte Grappa and Sinai Desert, some of the vehicles, mostly tanks, will spawn there. You need just simply to click one time on the little white tank, which guarantees you that this is your tank and no one can steal it from you, and you can continue with the customization. But sometimes, I don't know if it's because you're not fast enough or most likely it's bugged, but you can spawn on the battlefield with the tanker class, which I will talk about it later on in this video, without a tank. And also this happens if you want to spawn on a horse or a plane. I hope they will fix that ASAP. Okay, moving on to the customization of the vehicles from the first category, which is heavy armored vehicles. We have two tanks from this group, and the first one is the Landship Mark V. And I will start backwards with the last option, which is the vehicle skin. We have a total of 12 different visuals for all of the 4 vehicles, but so far I have only the Flying Scotsman. You can unlock some of them, like for example the Black Bess, which is the skin from the single player mission Through Mud and Blood, and 2 more camos by reaching level 10 tanker. By that time we still don't have an information how we're supposed to unlock the rest. Maybe you can buy them with wire bones or a battle pack, I don't know. Okay, moving on to the next option from the customization menu, and it's about the vehicles package. For each of the 4 vehicles we have 3 different packages, and the first one for the Mark V is Mortar Landship. We have a 5-seater heavy armored tank, and number 1, it's not only the seat of the driver of the vehicle, but it has several different weapon and gadget options which he can fire from. Starting with the first one, light machine gun, which is mounted in front of the tank and it's very good against infantry. On position 2, you will gain access to the back of the tank, where you can find a mortar and you have 3 different shells for it. The airburst mortar on number 2, which can kill enemies at distance if you are accurate enough. On number 3 we have a smoke mortar, which makes a cloud of smoke on a certain area. And on the last place, number 4, we have a gas mortar, which can kill enemies or getting them out from a cover. And in the end of this part of the video, some hints. You can use the smoke and the gas mortars only if you are on position 2. What I mean is, if you are on position 1 for example, and you want to use the smoke or the gas mortars, you first need to switch to position 2. You can use the mortars only if the tank is standing still, which makes it a very easy target for the enemy. And the last hint is about the mortar's accuracy. You don't need to wait to the end of the animation for every single shot you make. You can continuously click on your mouse to shoot all of them, but you got to have it in mind, if you do that it's going to be pretty inaccurate. So, the longer you wait, the accurate the shot will become, as you can see from the aiming circle. And that's everything you need to know about the seat number 1. On positions 2 and 3 we have a powerful 57mm high explosive cannon, selected with number 1 button from your keyboard, and if you press number 2, also this gun can be a case cannon, which is very effective against infantry. On 4 and 5 we have an additional 2 light machine guns mounted on both sides at the back of the tank. And in the end of this package I just want to tell you about this little scheme, which refers for all of the vehicles. And it gives you a lot of information about the vehicle you are into, like tank orientation depending on your camera view, available seats, taken seats, position of the seats, vehicle damage, tracks damage, destroyed weapons, and most importantly, all of your gunner's muzzle direction, represented with this little white line that comes out from the seat's circle. And why did I tell you all of this? Well, the most powerful part of the Mark V are its side cannons. And if you are a tank driver, make sure to watch the direction of these white lines and give the best possible angle for your teammates. Because these powerful cannons are limited by angle. What I mean is, as you can see from this experiment, they have only about 122 degrees visible angle, which makes the tank vulnerable from behind. The next package is with a name Tank Hunter Landship. It's a 3-seater tank, and the primary weapon on the driver's seats is a little bit different from the previous package, and it's the tank Gewehr M1918, the same gun that we have in the elite class Tank Hunter. But now it's mounted in front of the Landship and obviously is good against tanks and can one-shot enemy infantry. On number 3 we have an emergency repair tool, and you can activate it to immediately repair part of the tank armor, which gives you back 25% of the tank's health. It's very helpful if you are under fire and your tank is on low on health. That gives you a quick repair and it can help you stay in the fight. On number 4 we have a gas emitter, which makes a gas cloud around the tank and helps against infantry who are close and want to destroy your tank with dynamite, for example. On position 2 and 3 we have a 57mm anti-tank cannon on button 1 and a case cannon on button 2. And the last one from the Mark 5 packages is the squad support Landship. We have a 5-seater tank which has the capacity to carry an entire squad. On the driver's seat we have a front-firing 20mm high explosive autocannon and a total of 15 shells ammo capacity, which is very effective against infantry and vehicles at medium range. If you press button 2, you will get an access to the back of the tank where is mounted a LMG in case there is an enemy behind. On 3 we have a truck repair tool, which will repair your trucks immediately if an enemy destroys them, and also will restore 20% of the health of the Landship. And you can find out when this happened if you cannot move the tank anywhere, and also if the tank scheme has a red color on its edge. Like that. If you pick up this tank package, you can also resupply your teammates with ammo and medic crates by pressing button number 4, and you can see them coming out from the back of the tank. On seat number 2 and 3 we have the same cannons like the Mortar Landship. On positions 4 and 5 we have side-mounted LMGs, which makes the Mark 5 secured from every angle. Also, this tank has a little exterior change. As you can see, it has a big metal roof on it, and I don't know what's the purpose of it. Maybe it's like an extra protection from enemy planes. Okay, moving on to the next heavy armored tank, the A7V. Starting with the first package, Heavy Assault Tank. We have a 6-seater tank, and the driver's position number 1 has the most powerful weapons. Like the Mark 5, it's equipped with a 57mm high explosive cannon on button 1 and a case cannon on button 2. It also has an emergency repair tool on button 3 and a smoke screen on button 4, which makes a big smoke cloud around the tank and a good cover if you try to escape from the enemy. On seat number 2, at the back of the tank we have 2 heavy machine guns, and they are pretty effective against infantry and planes, if you wish. The other seats around the tank are equipped with a single heavy machine gun. Moving on to the second package for the A7V, Heavy Breakthrough Tank. It's a 4-seater tank. The driver has a 57mm anti-tank and a case cannon. Also is equipped with an emergency repair tool and can drop ammo and medic crates from the back of the tank. On seat number 2 we have the same twin HMGs like the previous package. On the side guns 3 and 4, instead of a heavy machine guns, they are replaced with a high explosive autocannon, which fires around 20 shells and it reloads automatically, which means that you cannot overheat it. It's pretty good against vehicles and infantry, but you got to have it in mind about the big bullet drop. And in the end, the last option for this vehicle is the Heavy Flamethrower Tank. It's a 5-seater tank and it's pretty much the same like the Heavy Assault Tank. The driver has a 57mm cannon, also an emergency repair tool and a gas emitter. There is no gun at the back, but we have 2 heavy machine guns on seat number 2 and 3 and 2 flamethrowers on 4 and 5, making it pretty effective in close combat. And in the end of the first category, some characteristic about the mobility, gunpowder and vehicle armor. We put a minus for mobility because the tank is so heavy and it turns really hard.
Holy Jesus.
Plus and minus together for the gunpowder because they have powerful weapons, but they are limited by angle. And also we put a plus for the vehicle armor. Moving on to the next category, light armored vehicles. And we start with the first one, the Renault FT17, which is a 1-seater tank and it's equipped with a fully rotating turret, and like the others we have 3 different packages accessible for this tank. The first one is Light Close Support Tank, which is an offensive and suited for close to medium range combat package. On button 1 we have a 37mm high explosive cannon, and like the others on button 2 we have a 37mm case cannon. On button number 3 we have a truck repair tool, which has the power to restore the mobility of the tank, and on the last one, 4, you can drop ammo and medic crates from the back of the tank. The second choice you can make is the light flanker tank. On this option we have a hand explosive autocannon on button 1 and a case autocannon on button 2, and a total of 15 shells for both of them makes it perfect for close range battles. This tank has an option to quickly repair its tracks with button number 3, and also can drop 3 anti-tank mines one by one from the back of the tank. And the last package for the FT17 is the light howitzer tank, suited for long range fighting against static enemies. It has a big 75mm short barrel high explosive howitzer cannon, which is very powerful, but it has a very big bullet drop, or more like shell drop, and also you cannot turn the turret fully 360 degrees on this model, and this is for button number 2, and we have a heavy machine gun on number 1. It also has an emergency repair tool and possibility to make a smoke screen around the tank. The next and the last one from the light armored vehicles is the artillery truck, a versatile but weakly armored gun platform that served a number of roles in the Great War. Like the FT17, the artillery truck also has only one seat. The first package is the armored artillery truck, which obviously is effective against tanks, and on number 1 we have a light machine gun that can be used while driving. On number 2 we have a 13-pounder anti-tank cannon that can be only used if the truck is standing still. It's like a second seat for the driver, and also you have a scope which helps you to aim your targets better. On 3 and 4 you have an emergency repair tool and anti-tank mines like the previous vehicles. The second package is the armored anti-aircraft truck. It has an LMG at front and anti-aircraft gun at the back, like the stationary one, makes it a threat to everything that flies. Also, this version is equipped with an emergency repair tool and a smoke screen. And the last one for the artillery truck is the armored mortar truck. We have a heavy machine gun to deal up with enemy infantry, and like the Mark V mortar, it's equipped with a versatile mortar firing many types of shells. The light armored vehicles have a decent mobility, very powerful weapons, but they have a bit less armor, which makes them quite easy to be destroyed. And in the end, the last category, I just want to show you the transport vehicles, because so far you cannot make any customization on them, and I don't want to go in depth analysis. You can find them near your headquarters and captured flags, and if you are on the loadout screen and this is a white car or a motorcycle or whatever the icon appears under the certain objective or your base, this means that there is a transport vehicle nearby. The first one is the armored car, which may be listed as a light armored vehicle and a transport vehicle. It's a 5-seater car, and on seat number 1 is the driver's position. On seat number 2 we have a fully rotating turret equipped with a heavy machine gun. And the rest seats are mounted with light machine guns. And of course they come in different design and shape for the different armies, as you can see. Then we have the transport car. It's a 3-seater vehicle, and the back of the car, which is seat number 2, it's mounted with a light machine gun, and their purpose is obviously to transport you and your teammates around the map. And on the last place we have one of the best vehicles in the game. Sidecar motorcycle. It's a 2-seater transport vehicle and the funniest one to drive around the battlefield. So, the transport vehicles have an excellent mobility, less powerful guns, and except the armored car, very weak armor. And I want to mention about the boat, which is a sea vehicle, I know, but I don't know where to put it on. It's a 4-seater vehicle, and on number 1 is the driver's position, of course, and except sailing the boat, he can also release torpedoes from the both sides of the boat. On seat number 2 you have a big 180 degrees 20mm high explosive autocannon, and on 3 and 4 2 light machine guns. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything you need to know about the customization of the ground vehicles in Battlefield 1. Something else I want to talk about is the tanker class, which you will spawn with it if you choose to play with the Mark V, A7V, FT17 or the artillery truck. Except the different outfit than the others, you have a few weapons you can choose from, and the first one is the C96 carbine, which is the carbine version of the famous C96 pistol. We have a 20 bullets magazine with a clip mechanism, 300 bullets per minute rate of fire, an extended barrel, and a shoulder stock makes it very easy to control. The next one is the P08 artillery, which is the same like the pistol, but this time we have an extended magazine, 33 bullets, a shoulder stock and 300 bullets per minute rate of fire. The third one is the Piper 1893, which is a Belgian-made double-action revolving carbine, 9 bullets ammo capacity and 225 bullets per minute rate of fire, only on semi-auto fire mode. The Fromer Stop Auto, an automatic conversion of the Fromer Stop pistol. We have a 15 bullets magazine and the amazing number of 900 bullets per minute rate of fire makes it an amazing weapon for close range combat. And in the end we have the sawed-off shotgun, which is the same like the one we have in the Elite class Tank Hunter. It's a 2-barrel shotgun and of course it's effective in close range battles like every other shotgun. For a secondary you have the well-known M1911 pistol if you fight as a soldier from the British Empire, USA or the Kingdom of Italy, and the P08 for the German, Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian empires. On position number 3 we have a wrench, which is a repair tool. You can do several things with it. Of course the first one is obviously to repair vehicles. You can actually destroy enemy vehicles with it if you do the same thing on them, like you see in this footage what I did to this truck with my hammer. And also, if you get close enough to an enemy, you can kill him with the repair tool, but it's pretty tricky. And on the last place you have 2 anti-tank grenades to deal up with enemy vehicles. And in the end of the video some tips about the vehicles. You can repair your tank while you sit inside of it by press and hold the X button on PC, and after the circle fills up, you have repaired your vehicle with about 30%. But you got to have it in mind that you can't do anything. The tank is standing still and any damage will interrupt the process. So if there's no enemy around, you can leave the tank and repair it with your repair tool. And you can repair damaged guns as well. It's faster, but you are exposed and you can be an easy target for some sniper out there. And also you can do that process if you are with the tanker class or with the support class, but you got to have the repair tool equipped on. And also this function is only available if you are inside the Mark V, A7V, FT17 or the artillery truck. The second tip is more like something to have it in mind, and it's about the gun's rotating angle. Except the FT17 or the armored car with their rotating turret, you get what I mean, every other weapon is limited by angle. The next one is about the entering animation. It's not only that you will sit into the seat which is on the side of the vehicle which you are entering into, also if you want to leave you will get yourself in the same spot. But also you can get shot from an enemy while the entering animation. You can switch from first person to third person view with the C button, which gives you more surrounding view and what is happening around the tank. But you're not that accurate as you are on first person. And in the end you can switch your seat positions with F1, F2, F3 and so on keys if you are alone in the tank, for example, and there is an enemy on the side of the tank that you don't have line of sight. Okay guys, this is going to be the end of this video. If you're still here and if you learned something useful, you can give me a like. If you want more Battlefield 1, you can subscribe to my channel. So thank you, and I see you on the battlefield. Goodbye.